The term Reform Judaism is today used for a confessional division within Judaism, especially in North America and the United Kingdom. The Reform movement in Judaism has historically started in the 19th century in Germany by Abraham Geiger. Reform Judaism, used as a proper name, specifically refers to two denominations, American Reform Judaism and British Reform Judaism. For historical reasons, there is a disparity between British and American terminology. British Reform Judaism is more conservative than American Reform Judaism. American Reform Judaism approximately corresponds to what in Britain is known as Liberal Judaism, and British Reform Judaism approximately corresponds to what in America is known as Conservative Judaism. Conservative is here used relative to positions within the Reform movement, and still less conservative than Orthodox Judaism. Reconstructionist Judaism is an offshoot of Conservative Judaism. A World Union for Progressive Judaism was formed in 1926 with the aim of providing an umbrella organization for the Reform, Liberal, Progressive, and Reconstructionist movements, now summarized under the term Progressive Judaism. In general, the Reform movement in Judaism maintains that Judaism and Jewish traditions should be modernized and compatible with participation in Western culture. This means many branches of Reform Judaism hold that Jewish law should undergo a process of critical evaluation and renewal. Traditional Jewish law is therefore often interpreted as a set of general guidelines rather than as a list of restrictions whose literal observance is required of all Jews. Along with other forms of non-Orthodox Judaism, the North American Reform, UK Reform, UK Liberal Judaism and Israeli Progressive Movement can all trace their intellectual roots to the Reform movement in Judaism which emerged in 19th century Germany. Elements of Orthodoxy developed their cohesive identity in reaction to the Reform movement in Judaism.